Thank you so much for inviting me to come and speak and share about what Alianza is, which it means the alliance of the National Alliance of Farm Worker Women. And my name is Mily Treviño-Sauceda. And I ended up being the executive director about, what is it, maybe like almost 7 years now.
The crops are all in, the peaches are rotting, the oranges piled in their creosote dumps. You're flying them back to the Mexican border to pay all their money to wait back again. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos, Jesus and Maria. You won't have your names when you ride the big airplane, all they recall you will be deportee. My father's own father, he waded that river. Took all the money he made in his life. My brothers and sisters come working the fruit trees. They rode the truck they took down and died. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos, Jesus and Maria. You won't have your name when you ride the big airplane, all they recall you will be deportee. Some of us are illegal and some are not wanted. Our work contract's out and we have to move on. 600 miles to that Mexican border. They chase us like outlaws, like rustlers, like thieves. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos, Jesus and Maria. You won't have your names when you ride the big airplane, all they will call you will be deportee. We died in your hills, we died in your deserts, we died in your valleys, and died in your plains. We died neath your trees, and we died in your bushes, both sides of the river, we died just the same. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos, Jesus and Maria. You won't have your names when you ride the big airplane, all they will call you will be deportee. The sky plane caught fire over Los Gatos Canyon. A fireball of lightning that shook all our hills. Who are all these friends all scattered like dry leaves? The radio says they're just deportees. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos, Jesus and Maria. You won't have your names when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee. Is this the best way we can grow our big orchards? Is this the best way we can grow our good fruit? To fall like dry leaves, to rot on my topsoil, to be called no name except deportee. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita. Adios mis amigos, Jesus and Maria. You won't have your names when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita. Adios mis amigos, Jesus and Maria. You won't have your names when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee.
I can only say this. Because I come from a community that has always been seen as we're nothing, we're not there, and then saying, "Oh, it does not surprise me." At the same time, having people to acknowledge it through different ways validates people. You know, in our communities, even if we do not know people, especially if you're in rural communities, even here in the United States, you know, I've seen that. You acknowledge each other. You say good morning, buenos dias. You don't have to know each other, and it's very easy to know when you don't want to be acknowledged. They don't say anything. I still say it. I say buenos dias or I say good morning. If they don't say and if they don't respond, I'll respond to myself. Good morning, Mily. Anyway, but it's the that is something we've always have that is happening. It's always happening in our lives. I thought at my early age, I thought that by being a U.S. citizen, I was not going to have the same experience that many of our colleagues have or compañeras or compañeros have. And but just my, you know, how I look, it's very clear. And I'm very proud of that. And but for example, when we had meetings in the border, the union meetings and or mass or whatever, because there were a lot, sometimes eyes would go around. If they would see some of us walking toward there, they would stop us. And of course, I was not afraid because I knew who I am. You know, I was born here, but they would try to detain me and said, Get away from me." You know, I would say, and I would keep talking Spanish just to challenge them and say, "How dare you're just coming and trying to take us away. And even though the van that we had full of workers in there or full of people, Latinos, um, for me, it was like, I would make me more angry, about them just detaining. And when people don't know and it's happening right now, all these raids that are happening, they're stopping and they're arresting, and they have the right, quote unquote, to arrest U.S. citizens. And if you can show that you are a U.S. citizen, they'll let you go. Excuse me? Oh man, this is how far are we going to go?